My friends, it's Sheree. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. I'm here to do a flip through of the second new garden book journal that I made, and they're both out of the same book, but this one, I had to take out the spine. The notebook rings were no good. They're all rusty and I couldn't get them clean enough to be usable, so I made a new spine on this one. It's got 3 signatures sewn in. I did a 5 pamphlet stitch because these are big wide signatures, so I wanted to make sure they were sturdy enough to, the stitches were sturdy enough to hold in those long, those pretty wide pages. Here's the back on this one. The front, it's in really good shape. It has a little something right here. I cleaned it real good, inside and out before I started working on it, and got it as clean as I could, and I think it came out really nice. I mean, it was already in good condition, but I did wipe it down real good. So this is the fabric I used on the spine, and some rickrack. And I forgot to say, I know I said it before when I was working on the journals, but they both come with their original papers and dividers that I didn't use in the book. And I didn't really use any of the pages except for to make some journal cards. And I used 6 of the, these green dividers that came with it. So yeah, they'll both come with the pages and the dividers. And this little page pusher that was in each one, I used the one that comes with this journal. I used it for my hope the person doesn't mind, but I used it just by coincidence before I knew it was sold. I used it for the my template for punching holes in the other one. Well, I should put it in that way. Anyway, whatever. So here's the pages for this one. This one had the colorful little reinforcements on it on the first couple of pages. And you'll see that on that large journaling card here inside. And of course, this one comes with a little goodie pack, but this one is spoken for, so it's sold. But I want to go ahead and do a flip through since it's so different from, as far as the orientation, from the other one. So here you can see the 3 signatures here. I think it looks really good with 3 signatures. And the inside of this one, this is how it looks. Here's the fabric I put on the inside of the spine on this one with the rickrack, the pocket, and a little pocket here with this little piece of ephemera and a little round tag there. Here, this was the title page for this journal or this book. And here's the large drawing card for this pocket. I love these flowers here. That's why I picked this one. And I love these little colorful reinforcements on there. There's no digitals in either one of these journals, by the way. So, all original things, handmade and original, vintage ephemera. So here's the first page in this one, in the first signature. And rickrack on this side. This is a page from the children's book I used, and it flips out. This was a large children's book, so the pages were this big, very large, or pretty large. This is a covered bottle cap game piece. This is, I mentioned it yesterday in the videos, the pieces were, the game was called Bottle Caps, and the pieces, the little round wooden pieces, were burgundy and light wood color. This is one of the light wood color ones, and I used it as a little tab here, just glued it down on that page, and I covered them all on one side with scrapbook paper. So being that was floral scrapbook paper, I thought they would be cute in here. The first divider page in this one with some rickrack on this side, and on this side on this divider page it has the film envelope, kind of glassy envelope. But this date on this one, the date written on here says 1993. So I guess negatives or pictures came in here. And so I thought those were really cool when I found them at a thrift store. This is a journaling card. Spring is in the air with this one, cut apart from a scrapbook collection kit. This is a ladybug journal card envelope. I thought the ladybugs would be fun for a garden journal. And then this is a handmade tag with some scraps, and the background is painted there on some file folder or manila folder. So just a fun tag. So the next page here, this is a Franken page made with pieces of wallpaper. I believe it's all wallpaper. We'll see if the other side is wallpaper too, but I believe so. So this is one piece of wallpaper, and it's sewn to this kind of blue wallpaper there. It's sewn right here. And then I added a little pocket right here with a piece of ephemera, and this tag is made from the cover of the children's book I used in these journals, and got a pretty little flower there. And then on this side, this flower was also fussy cut from that children's book, and I made it into a tuck spot. It was in the corner of one of the covers, front or back, I don't remember which one. And so that's why it ended up being this shape, and it was perfect for a little corner tuck. And this is one of the index journaling cards we made together with the orchid golden guide and index cards, cute as a bug. That's tucked right in there. A page from a garden book. Edith Holden here. And then another gardeny type book page here with Rick Rack. This is February right there, and there's some light colored dotted lines on this paper. Garden book page here. And some garden stationery. This was what I did with the garden stationery for this journal, since it was signatures and not single pages where I punched holes and put it into the binder like the other one. I took two of these and sewed them together, so you'll see it's kind of hinged together right here with the other piece of paper just like this. So you'll see it in the back half, but that worked out really well because they were pretty much the perfect size for this journal. With the extra, I did, for example, right here, I folded it over so I wouldn't have to make a cutoff. This is spritzed with green on the back, green food coloring dye that I make. So it's spritzed with the food coloring. I folded this over so I wouldn't have to cut that off, and then folded it up on the bottom and made a little pocket here. Well, actually, I had to turn it around, or otherwise I had to cut it off and turn it around and glue and sew it back on. Otherwise, it would have been upside down. So that is right here. And then in this pocket, I did that a lot in this journal. So like right on the next page, I did it too, so I wouldn't make a lot of scraps. But I ended up with a lot of pockets, so there's a lot of pockets in this journal. I've got some little note paper here, my handmade note paper, and that one has a little bird on it. And then here is a little scrappy notepad. Lots of little different papers, and I usually try to make these. I usually make these with just a couple of staples, one or two staples up here. So if you wanted to use these papers individually, all you'd have to do is take out two staples, and then you would have it taken apart, and then you can use all those little papers separately if you wish. And a little kind of flashcard tag here with a little puffy sticker ladybug on it. And this is a journaling card with a bird. On here it says, on the side it says Happy Notes. Pretty writing spot there and a pretty bird on that side. So then we have this pocket over here, which is on, this is the center of the journal, or this signature, and all these papers have been sewed together, all these different scraps as a Franken page. I did put some washi tape down the middle to make sure that was nice and sturdy for sewing through, and you know, for the life of the journal. Let me take a quick sip of my drink here. And then in this pocket we have, let's see, what do I have? Okay, so this is an envelope that, where did I get this? Did I get this in Happy Mail? Anyway, I know I picked it up recently, and I thought it was so pretty, and I like the flower on here, so I decided to put it in here, and I put some goodies in here. Oh, these are just little pieces of ephemera from the ephemera packs that I was using throughout these journals, and put a few little extra pieces in here that someone could have the person getting this journal could have some crafty fun with. Those are some fun pieces. And this envelope is pretty on the inside too, as you can see. It looks kind of old and vintage, so very nice envelope, stationery type envelope. This is one of my scrappy journal cards. One of my handmade note papers, flowers on it. And this is a tag with a little scene like a garden path or something. Writing space on the back. So lots of things are in these wide pockets. And then this is a page from a garden book. All the little plants there and flowers. This is another kind of garden journal book that I had with this paper, and here I put a little tuck spot with this piece of ephemera, and it has a little bird with the word hello and a little journaling card in there. I love that one with the flowers and the lines. It looks like kind of notebook paper with a little flower on it. Looks like something I would make, but it was already made for me in an ephemera pack. So this is on the, we're on the back half of the first signature here. That's the Edith Holden paper, garden page, the back half of the wallpaper. You can see there was the Franken paper on the other side where I had to add a piece to make it big enough to be a full page. This is the second divider in this journal. I used 6 in this one too, 6 in both of them. And this one is the one covered with the graph paper and the ledger paper. The page from the children's book here, and this is a little piece from the cover, and it has, I think her name is Mrs. Mustardseed, I'm not sure, but I don't remember. Does it say on here? Mrs. Maple, Miss Maple. Okay, I think there's another book with Mrs. Mustardseed. I couldn't remember if she was Miss Mustardseed, but here it says Miss Maple. So this is Miss Maple. Yeah. Anyway, I cut Miss Maple out of the cover and made this little kind of journaling card with her, but I ended up putting her here as a little tab on this page. There she is here amongst her forest and sunflowers, or black-eyed Susans. She's tiny. So cute. And then this is the back cover of the first signature with this Franken paper sewn together. Okay, now second signature. I know this is kind of wide, so I'm going to make sure you can see everything, but the pretty scrapbook paper here. And then this is the third divider page, and this one is the belly band. Sewn on, we made the belly bands together with the rickrack. And then here, the same kind of note papers I put in the other one. Some craft colored note paper. A little handmade note, spring is in the air with a little bird, and a little postalettes that we made together. So on this one too, I put a little piece here. Life is beautiful with these big green leaves. Very tropical, and you have all this writing space. I added this ribbon so you can just wind this around and tuck it under when you want to close it up. And that is all under this belly band. And I left the backs, or at least one side of, mostly, of the divider pages for whoever gets the journals to do what they want on the back. Either leave it, maybe they like it as it is, or do whatever they want. This next page is a page from an atlas, the index page, and I added the 3 pockets here. In this bottom one, these little pockets I usually make just from scraps that I have, and I like to make these little pockets. Lately I've been doing that. And so there's some pretty note paper in here, in this first little pocket. The second one, actually, this was my last of this little notepad here, the last piece of paper. It's so cute. Is there 2 here? It feels kind of thick. Uh-oh. Nope, I guess it's just thick paper. Unless there's 2 there. It really feels like 2, but I don't think it is. Anyway, this was the last one, and this was so pretty, this little notepad. And it's so cute because it's so small. So that was in that second little pocket. And in this one, just a couple of my little tags that I've made in the past, and I have a bunch of these that I just make from scraps usually, and that's a pretty little one, isn't it? I wonder what I made that from. Probably some scrap of paper, or who knows, it could have been a card or something. You can make, you know, whatever you can make your punch go through, you can make little tags like that if you have that punch. So, and then on the back side here, a little pocket. So in that pocket I have, this is an index card with a little bird that you can color, and flowers and little birds. You can color that with the markers or pencils if you'd like to, and then you have writing space. And of course, you know, whoever gets these journals is going to decorate them. I left plenty of room. I did very light decorating and plenty of room for somebody else to write and decorate and do whatever they want to do. This is one of the index cards we made together, so there's writing space on this side, and on this side we put a little flower information. And then this was the one of the orchid book index cards. On this side it was the Golden Guide orchid book page, and then this side is the writing space with the where we did the stamping. So those are all in here. Let's put it right side up over here. And then the wallpaper. This wallpaper has some birds on it and butterflies. Very pretty. And this was from a garden book. I used a flower arranging book too. And this particular book here had a garden and floral arranging and all kinds of things to do with flowers. So, very pretty page there. Atlas page here with the map on it. And this is a fold out. I have a little tab here that's made from a butterfly playing card. Brown envelope in this one. You'll see this half here, and then the back half of this envelope's on the other back side of the second signature. But here's where I have the pieces in this from the original book where someone left their garden notes in here. And here's the note here, and then you get a whole blank one too to write on. So that's vintage note paper. And those are in there. And this is Edith Holden. Gorgeous dragonfly page there. Oh, this is from the garden notes. I never remember when I see this page, because this looks like the you know, the Edith Holden book that we're all used to. But I also have Edith Holden Garden Notes, which is a separate book, and that one has the lines in it. So, very cool book. Here's another garden book here. Pretty trees in that one, and this one, does this one have a pocket? Oh, this one has a pocket. This one right here has a pocket. I didn't put anything in that pocket, so let me grab something. Here is a score sheet. I'll put that in there. And then one of my little remember tags. I know I didn't put any of these in here, so I'll just go ahead and put a couple of these right here. That's kind of why I keep these little notepads, these little things right here, in case I run across a pocket that I forgot to put something in. I'm like, okay, I can put that there. There we go. Now I have two things in there. Awesome. Alrighty, let's turn that page. And then wallpaper here with a little flower. And then we're at the center of this signature, where you can see I sewed lots of pieces together to make a Franken page. And again, I put washi tape down the middle. This is the washi tape is glued on, so I want to make that center nice and strong. So, and then the back half of this signature with those same papers. Here's, I cut this little word seeds out of the children's book, and then this is the other half of the envelope with the flap. And then in here I have one of the scenic papers with, these all have a little writing spot in one way or the other on them. Sometimes they're rectangle. This one has an oval on it here on this scenic side, and then this side has another scene on it. A floral journaling card, and a little notebook in here with several papers in here to write on. And this is they're sewn in, I think they're sewn in with my sewing machine. Yeah, here you can see the sewing right there. Yep, so that is in there, so lots of room to keep things in there. And then matte paper with another floral playing card as a tab. Garden book page, the wallpaper, and the index page from the atlas with another coloring page. These are very thick, it almost feels like two. Backs are plain on those. A scenic tag. It looks like a person in a park, sitting on a park bench, reading a book. I think they're reading a book. A wallpaper tag, and this is a little floral game card. It's a match game. It's a flower match game, actually. It's a game, but it's a match game. Very cute. And then here is the next divider page, and this one has the hinged photo sleeves, and so in here is two of the index cards that we worked on together with a little, this side is we put scrapbook paper, cutoffs, and little floral information on one side, and the back side is the index card that you can write on, and that's what both of these are. And I left the original divider, this little white divider that came with these photo sleeves, and on the back side I just put some extra of these ones. I just put some extra index cards, and that's sewn onto this divider. So you have this room here, and the back side of the divider I put a little pocket. This was cut from a greeting card, this little squirrel with the flowers, and I made it into a pocket right here. Oh, I did put a couple of these in here, so you get two more of those. There you go. And that's that second signature. And now the third signature, starting with this pretty scrapbook paper. Here's some yellow rickrack. I put a little ticket down here. It was from an ephemera pack, and made it into, it's actually a belly band too. It goes all the way through. And a couple of little pieces of ephemera that you can use in here to decorate. This is little words that you can, I think are they perforated? Yeah, they're perforated. So you can kind of like bend them and take them apart that way, or just cut them apart, but they have different words to use, you know, to decorate different things, drawing cards, pages, whatever. And then this is the stationery, and I did the same thing with this one. I put it together, hinged it together with the same stationery on the back half, so you'll see this again in the back half. Very pretty stationery. And pocket over here with, this is a tag made from the cover of the children's book with that pretty flower on it. Calendar page, little mini calendar page drawing card. We made these together a few months ago. I thought they were very gardeny, and I had made them into drawing cards at the time and thought they would be good for a garden journal, and thank goodness I remembered and got them out for this journal. And then here's one of the index cards we decorated together on one of the videos leading up to today, to the flip through. A page from a garden journal, all the information for you know, organizing your plants and things like that. Here's a newsletter page, and another. This is not. I don't think this is the last one. I think there's one more, but one of the dividers. You can see I have hinged it together with this pretty scrapbook paper right here, and on the back half we have this pocket that we made out of a paper bag right here, and I put some rickrack there. I don't think I did that on the video. I did that after the video when I made it into, you know, so I sewed it onto this page. You can see the sewing through right here. And then in here I have a sunflower sunset type little bookmark and book page tag with some flowers on it. Those are like 3D pop-up stickers that I put on there. And on the back is piano roll paper on that one, and a little wallpaper. It's got a file folder on the back, but it's a wallpaper drawing card page from the children's book. And this one I put this little divider on here, and it's got lines on it so you could write on it, but it's also, I made it like a little tab, and that's a fold out page. This pretty ledger, And pocket here. This little piece of ephemera I put on here, it says locally grown. Here is the label I put in this one. Tomato label. You can cut this up. I have used these before as pockets, and I cut it apart and use one half in one place and the back half in another place. You could back it with file folder if you want to make it a little bit more sturdy for a pocket or a journaling card, but of course anyone could do whatever they want with that. This is a postcard, vintage. I'm not sure what year it's from, but I've had it for a while, and it wasn't bought new. It was bought and got from, picked up at a thrift store, or that might have been sent to me in Happy Mail. And this is a prayer card. So I just want to let you read the verse if you wanted to. The next stationery here, Daisy stationery. And this is spritz green on the back with a pocket. In here, another coloring card. And postcards. Those aren't postcards. Those are just like index cards, but you can color those birds. And an orchid postcard or index card that we decorated together. And the seed envelope. Got some. I decorated this a long time ago. I've had this in my stash, so I finally get to use it because I was kind of saving it for a garden journal, and finally I'm doing one. And I just put a pretty floral journaling card in that window there. But these are neat little. These were sent to me. These seed envelopes were sent to me in Happy Mail because I never got around. They were selling them at Target, and everybody was getting them, and I went kind of like late in the game, and they didn't have any more, but somebody was nice and sent me some in Happy Mail. And I did a little video where I decorated these a good while ago, probably a couple years ago at least. So finally got to use that. And I put some of these pages in here, and I did it different in this book because of the signatures. I was able to do things differently instead of punching the holes like in the other one. So in here I put 2 pages together. And so you have them like this. They flip like that. I thought that was kind of fun. So, yeah, they just they're together. And they make a whole page. But they're actually 2 small pages put together. But they're not sewn together or anything. They're separate. So, kind of a fun thing there. Simple, but fun. Franken page here, where this is the middle of the signature. Last of the middle of the signature Franken pages with the pretty scrapbook papers. Sunflower over here, and here's the other half of those, that like double little page there. This is the other back half of that stationery I just showed you with the daisies. Pocket here with one of my fabric tags, and journaling card, sincerely yours, very cute. Little scrappy notepad, several pieces on there. And this is another little floral match game card. And see, I told you there were a lot of pockets in here, right? I thought it was better to make pockets than to cut off all these scraps, so that's what I did. But in here, an orchid index card. So I had to fill them all up, right? A little envelope that you can take apart and use all the parts here. This is a little kind of kit where there's an envelope, and there's inside the envelope is a little note card. You have a pretty flower here, a little note, and some twine in there, so you can do whatever you want with those, create whatever you want, and a journaling card. I thought that was pretty with the flowers. So, and that's that cool used ledger paper with some nice writing. Page from the book. I put some rickrack on this fold out. And the last of the, that I put in here anyway, divider cards, and this one has the flip up. And the back is where I put one of these little ladies, my garden queen here, that I received from some of these little beautiful fussy cut ladies from Mardell in Happy Mail this last week, and just in time to put in here. And it looks, I love these with this green cover. This green, divider page. It looks so perfect, like it belongs there for sure. And this has this is the hinge where I hinged. I thought this paper was so pretty on here too. The hinge where I hinged these together to, you know, make them, be able to add them to a signature. And then this is the hinge from this paper doing the flip out. So that page turned out so pretty. And that's that newsletter paper, garden paper. And this is the other half of this stationery, the back half of it here. So in here I have some pretty floral stationery. Picked that up at a thrift store. I think it maybe goes like this. That might be the top. And then a actual sunflower seed packet that I used the seeds, and I didn't leave any in there. But I thought that the person getting this would have fun making this into a pocket or whatever. And a little floral note paper there. And the last page of this signature, which is the Franken page. And then the back cover, which is a big pocket here with one of our large drilling cards. So that's in the pocket. And then I put a little piece of ephemera here, and this is actually a belly band type thing. This, you can see this goes through, and this is just a little sales tag that I stuck in there. So a little fun little sales tag. So that is the 3 signature journal made out of one of those garden books. And the goodies are very similar to the ones that are coming with the other, but I'll go through them really quick anyway, just so you can see. This is the same little craft envelope. Of course, the stamps aren't exactly the same, but I did put the same little cigar wrapping here, and then some stamps are in here. 1, 2. Oh, that has a fish on it. I couldn't tell what that. I couldn't make out what that was when I first put it in here. I thought it was floral, and then I just picked it up just now. I was like, oh, that's a fish. But it's a cool little orange fish. This looks like a pretty old stamp here. It has a flag on it, and it's 8 cents. So it looks pretty old, and this is a cool one. Looks pretty old. Some of these I cut off envelopes myself, like these ones with the envelope on it. And then some of these I got, I got a few in Happy Mail, and then I got a bunch from an antique store at one time. They had a big bag, or a little Ziploc bag, but it was stuffed full of stamps. So I have a lot of postage stamps. So this is the little goodie pack for this one. Yeah, I'm going to make sure I'm showing you the right one. The tickets for this one. I put a floral card in the other one, and I put a floral card in this one too. This is a little vintage shower card, but it had this little watering can on it with the flowers. And I thought, oh, that was perfect, you know, for a little. And this little shape is the cutest thing ever. It may have. Try to see if it has Roman numerals or anything. It's American Greetings, but it does open like that. So super cute little card. Some of those floral labels. Same little florist card as I put in the other one. Like I said, I think I only had 2 of those. And then I was using up some scraps from the Richard Scarry book, and I put this little piece in here, backed with file folder. And I had this piece sitting here to do something with it. Like, oh, it's perfect for, let me go ahead and make a little tag with this corn stalk. There's a little bug on it even. And the tomato plants, and it says tomato plants, ear of corn, corn stalk, you know, from Richard Scarry, where you're learning your words. And then all the little scraps in this one. Lots of little scraps from, this is a nice little scrap pack. All these fun variety of scraps from this journal. Here's the fabric from the spine, little scrap piece of rickrack, and here's a scrap here. Trying to pull out all the scraps. Here's a little. Oh, this is. Oh no, that's not like that. This is a scrap right here. Little brown paper, and all the scraps. I think that's all the scraps. Okay. Gotta get them all together. And then where I was experimenting and practicing with my stamps, that's one of those. I think there's some more in here. Yeah, there's another one here. 2 of those. And then I was using up some manila folder scraps and making tags. So I've got all these variety of sizes of small, medium, and even tiny little, even tiny little tags in here that someone can decorate and do what they want with there. This was sitting here from a rick rack that I opened for this project, so I went ahead and put this in here. I wanted to do something with it, but I didn't, so I went ahead and put it in the scrap pack. And then on some scraps from the paper bag that I used. This one, this is a paper bag scrap. Let me put that with the scraps right here. And then this is this one was already backed on cardstock, the craft color cardstock, so that can be cut up or whatever. But that is in there. This is a cool piece of flashcard from the flashcard pack that I took, like the flashcard for the other pack, but this one has all of this on it, like the time 8, 9, 6, and 7 times tables on here, and somebody wrote all the answers here, so in pencil. So that can be erased, you know. I don't know if it could be completely erased, but I don't know. I would leave it there and just make something out of it, you know, put it decorated or something, or make it into a pocket or a tuck spot. But I just thought, I know the person that's getting this, and I kind of like thought that this person would really like that. So I hope I'm right. But I thought it was really cool. So a little label here from the vintage subscription pack that I got a couple times. This was in there, and I thought it was really cool. Just a vintage label. It's gummed on the back, so you're supposed to wet it and stick it down originally. And then this little card. I put this one in the other one too. Some things I don't have 2 of, so some things are, you know, one of a kind. The 2 pieces of ephemera I put in here, again, because I know who's getting this, and I thought they would really like these, and because I love them too. This little mail away order form for a, what is that? This is like an edger and I don't know, some kind of motorized little machinery that you use in your yard. But anyway, very cool. Vintage, original, authentic vintage ephemera. Troy built. And then this one too is a little, I don't know if I put this in there or was this in my subscription pack. I might have put it in there from when I was crafting, and I just put it in there with all the other kind of original, vintage, authentic, you know, ephemera. But it's a little envelope with this piece here, and it's from Work Basket, the Work Basket. So if you wanted to order the Work Basket, there you go. That's how you do it. And then the floral card in this one, same one as the other one, with the cool envelope that those cards came with. See how it fits right in there. And then also this, where I cut, we had that 8.5 by 11 at the end of this video where we used the paper bag. I did 8.5 by 11 piece on craft cardstock. So I cut it in half, put half in that on the other journal, half in this journal, and I did messy. I want to call it fun stitching instead of messy. Fun messy stitching. How about that? Anyway, I did stitch around this one too. You can see it on the back really good because it shows up there even more. But anyway, lots of fun goodies in both of these, and these were, like I said, really fun to make. And all of this, it's going to be a little bit of a heavy package for both of these because it's got a goodie pack, it's got this, and the journal. So the shipping might be a little bit more than usual on these, but I tried to like make the shipping reasonable, but the price will be a little bit more. For one thing, these are kind of bigger journals with you know, it was a lot of work. Don't let me, you know, this was a lot of work. I don't know if it looks like a lot of work, but it was a lot of work. So the price is a little bit more, but mostly it's to cover the shipping, because I know the shipping's not going to be cheap on these, and you know, it's hard when you sell a journal and then if the shipping doesn't cover the shipping, then you get a big chunk of your, supposed profit. It goes to shipping too. So, it's a little bit hard to figure those things out sometimes, but I try to make it fair. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the making and the flip through, and I'll be on to my next project. If I can find the book, I'm not sure where I put it, but right now, it's going to be it's going to definitely be another spring project, but more leaning toward Easter. So stay tuned for that and see what books I picked out for that. It's going to be a little bit different one, I think, than you've seen, but it is a little golden book. So stay tuned, and I'll be revealing that soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.